If you have income that you're taking out of your IRAs, or you have a taxable portion of your Social Security, or you have employment income, that's going to go into your cylinder first. Something's going to have to happen. I hope that that's not the way that they try to rein in costs. I hope that they do that by, cutting spending, really fundamentally reforming Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. It doesn't really contribute to the national debt. But there is a huge underfunding, which is $200 trillion over the next 75 years. So they've got to figure out how to rein those expenses in somehow, some way. And certainly adjusting the inflation to a different index or linking it to a different index could be one of those ways. I hope that that's not the way, because people will, I mean, it's just a way of sort of underhandedly reducing. It's an underhanded tax, really, is what it is on Social Security. Stealth tax.
Yeah, and I often say this is that we have to have Social Security reform, and if we were mapping this out, we may say something like, a full retirement age for anybody who's not within 5 years of Social Security might have to shift gradually to age 70, and because today it's 67, so at age 70, and then if you wait till 75, you get your full amount. Maybe early collection is 69. I don't know exactly what those ages would be, but that all seems reasonable to us all sitting here. But the problem is that the politicians and their strategists get behind it, and they make it a big political football, and then we won't let them. We as the electorate won't let them do this. So we also have to develop a different way of thinking, right, about taking care of things, and not just be caught up in the commercials of, pushing an old lady off the cliff in the wheelchair, or, you're taking away Social Security, because you hear it now. And again, it's not political. Both sides do it. You can, somebody is touting today, you can find the other side talking about it in a positive or negative way.
And so you can get something like 127,000, whatever that number ends up being, of capital gains without paying any tax at all. What people don't realize, though, is that there's a different number that figures into that calculation as well. And you and I have talked about this on past podcasts. If you have income that you're taking out of, your IRAs, or you have a taxable portion of your Social Security, or you have employment income, that's going to go into your cylinder first, yes, in terms of measuring that amount of tax. And so that whole discussion operates in a vacuum. It's basically like, if you don't have any other income coming from any other source in your life, yes, you could realize $130,000 of capital gains and not pay any tax at all. But nobody ever lives in a vacuum. You're going to have these other sources of income that are going to drop into your cylinder first, and then those capital gains land right on top of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great point. One other question here, and then we'll wrap it up. I see, maybe two. Sorry. So Roseanne asks, what percent of Congress are CPAs and or CFPs? What percent are lawyers? Well, I have no idea. I don't know, Dave, if you have any idea.
I think a lot of them are lawyers.
I think a lot of lawyers too.
By very, very few of them, I would say, are CPAs. I think I can't think of a single one that's a CPA, but they're almost all lawyers. A lot of them are lawyers.
Yeah, that's interesting, Roseanne. And then Anne writes, What are your recommendations on Roth contributions when if tax rates double? I imagine it will be much more efficient to contribute to Roth if that occurs, and things will shift back to traditional. I don't quite, let me just process that. So I think what you're saying is, what are your recommendations with Roth contributions if taxes increase?
Yeah. So I think, yeah. Yeah, I think I understand what she's saying. She's saying, okay, if we're at historically low tax rates, it makes sense to put money into Roth because the cost of getting the money into those tax-free investments is historically low.